It's on. Elmo's words again? Seriously, this is so stupid. How could I learn anything from such a stupid show?
Hey, I bet there's a lot of things that you could learn from Elmo.
Like what?
Well, let's start with a simple question. What is weather and climate?
Aren't they just the same thing?
Of course not. Weather is short-term things like snow and rain, while climate is long-term things, like when deserts are always dry and the rainforests are always wet. In the episode on the screen, you'll learn a lot about how many different things can affect weather.
Well, I guess there isn't anything else good. Guess I'll give it a try.
Right! Just think about the things you can learn. Elmo loves his goldfish, his crayons too. That's Elmo's world.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
La 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 la! Hello, kids! Today we're going to learn about weather and climate. Now, you might think they are the same thing, but actually they're quite different.
But this is what you just told me. When are we going to get into something interesting?
Oh, Emma will show you. Just wait. Lots of different things come into effect when viewing climate and weather. Would your weather and climate be different if you live on a mountain or in a valley? Landforms affect weather and climate. Towns that live near to a mountain might get a lot of runoff water from rain that had precipitated up the mountain or from melted snow. Areas in a valley would be very, 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 very floody because it's flooding a lot. But landforms aren't the only factor. Have you ever heard the news talk about a cold front or a warm front? Well, they're all caused by air masses. There are many different kinds of air masses, such as the maritime polar, cool wet air. There's maritime tropical, warm wet air, continental tropical, hot dry air, and continental polar cold dry air. Cold fronts and warm fronts are caused when two of these masses clash. The thing moving around all of these air masses are wind currents. They're caused by rising warm air
and falling cold air.
Rising and falling over and over again. This affects lots of other reasons besides moving around the air masses. The wind currents can blow away clouds. Elmo's gonna blow away some clouds. Whoosh. Elmo likes to blow away clouds. The wind currents can blow away clouds and reduce precipitation in an area. It can make some places windier than others in climate. If you live near an ocean, you'll have a very windy climate. But why? It is because solid surfaces can contain more heat than liquid surfaces, so the shore is always hotter than the ocean. Air gets heated from on the shore, drifts over into the ocean, cools, and then travels over to the shore, then gets heated up again, and the entire thing
starts over and over.
Yeah, it starts over and over.
Huh. Never knew that.
I bet it's not the only thing you've learned so far.
Who knew this stuff could be so interesting?
Elmo makes it super interesting. And just as there are currents in the air, there are also currents in the water, known as ocean currents.
Sometimes there are currents in the tubby.
These ocean currents affect land climate and weather more than you might think. They work exactly the same way wind currents work, with warm water rising and cold water falling. Did you know that the majority of the sun's radiation is absorbed by the oceans? It's very fascinating. Elmo thinks so. Ocean currents help distribute that heat everywhere, though not all places get the same amount of heat. Uneven heating is when different parts of the Earth get different amounts of rays from the sun. This happens because the Earth's tilt and the way the suns hit the Earth differently. At the North and South poles, the sun's rays have to go through more atmosphere than they have to do to go in places like, say Hawaii, where it's warm. Elmo's never been to Hawaii. This is because they have different degrees of latitude. Latitude is a way to measure where you are on the planet. The equator is a long line that goes around the middle of the Earth in a circular motion.
Like a cookie?
Well, not exactly like a cookie, but it's round, but it wouldn't taste very good. So, if you go around that line, the equator, latitude is that long middle part, and if you're standing on that line, you are always at latitude 0. more to latitude 0, the more often it is hot there, since it has a lot less atmosphere to go through than someplace at 90 degrees altitude, like the North and South Poles. Have you noticed that it snows on mountains very frequently, but not at your house?
Sometimes it snows in my tubby.
I don't think so, Arnie. Okay, but that's because a mountain is like at a high elevation and much higher than you would be in your neighborhood. Elevation is like latitude, but instead of measuring distance across, it measures distance up. So the higher your elevation is, the colder it gets. On mountains, it gets cold enough to freeze snow into ice, and that's why they are always snow-capped. Well, thanks for watching. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo's World. La 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 la, la 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 la, Elmo's World. Elmo loves his goldfish, his crayon too. That's Elmo's World.
Guess I did learn a little bit from that. What's the next episode?
Oh, the next episode is about the alphabet, and Elmo loves the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Come and say the alphabet with me. Elmo.
Hold on.
I forgot my lines. Go.
And just as there are currents in the air, there are also currents in the water, known as ocean currents.
Sometimes I get currents in the tubby. Oh, and backwards.
I wonder what's on. I
La, la,
failed.
la,
No.
And just as there are currents in the air, there are also currents in the water, known as ocean currents.
Sometimes I get currents in my tummy. I meant tubby.
Or to latitude 0, it's the hotter it gets. It's hot and warm.
Sorry, Green, this is really long.
I wonder what's on. Elmo's World, that's steps. Okay, go. I forgot my 9 seconds. I wonder what's on.
Elmo's World. Oh, just wait. Elmo will show you. Stop hitting Elmo.
Go. Wonder what's on.
Elmo's World.
This is what you just told me, man.